this is the shoelace pose. Now, how do you get here? Well, friends, let's see how to get into the shoelace pose. So first, you need to sit down on your butt. And then once you've done that, you can go ahead and place one of your legs on top of the other, whichever one feels more comfortable for you first. So that's the first one. If you feel comfortable sitting this way, that's great. It means you can go on. If you don't feel very comfortable, stick here, get used to it, maybe bend down with your body. It still stretches everything a lot, and it has a lot of benefit for your body. The next thing is that we're going to do is bend the bottom leg into our body. So it's a pretty big transition from the first one to the second. So we go ahead and bend it in. And as you can see, I'll go forward so it's easier for you. So my foot is close to my hips in the other one as well. And my knees are stacked on top of each other. So if you can't, if this is still too difficult for you, you can go ahead and prop it up this way. But of course, the eventual goal is for you to go all the way down. So if this is already too much, just stay here. My hips are already feeling the opening. My butt is already stretching a lot. But in order to go further, if you're already getting used to it, you've been sitting here for a minute, for some time, you can go all the way down. So you can stretch out your arms and just bend towards your knees. This creates a much stronger effect. Or just put your arms forward to the side, it doesn't really matter. And hold it for a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes, as in any yin posture. Another thing to remember is that if one of your hips is uneven, or your hips are not touching the floor or something along those lines, put something under your butt in order to sit comfortably on it, and this will even out your hips. This pose is mostly for hip mobility, as well as stretching our back muscles, and it helps us with our bladder. So especially when we go down, we compress it, our internal organs, and this helps out squeeze out what we don't need in very simple language. Now, if, just in case, if this is still too much for you, so even bending it this way, you can always try the eye of the needle pose. So this is when you go on your back. And then you put your foot that you'd usually put this way, but we put it on top of our knee, and kind of thread our hands, one of our hands, through the hole here, and pull it closer towards us. This will be a modification as well that you can take. Maybe it is more comfortable for you. So that's it. This is very important for us to understand how to do the pose correctly, because you know, a lot of home fitness videos have become a real big deal, but at the same time, since we don't have any instructor to correct us, it's important that we do everything right and on point. This way we avoid injury and get the best out of the pose.